What's going on YouTube? Achilles here, and today I made a mono black mill deck. This one's focused on Doomsday Excruciator. Typically, when you see this deck, you see it with a Dimir shell because you could play Jace and you can mill him out that way as a follow-up after you cast Doomsday Excruciator. But in this list, we have a couple of other ways to end the game instead of using Jace. And those cards are Outrageous Robbery and Realmbreaker, the Invasion Tree. Primarily, Outrageous Robbery is the card that will get the job done, because if you think about it, you're casting this for 6. So next turn, if you are curving out, you will have 7 mana, and all you gotta do is hit him for 5 with X, and then they should have 1 card out of the 6 in their deck left. So if anything, that'll be their last turn afterwards. So if you could hopefully survive. And if you happen to have more mana, then you could take them out right after you play the Doomsday Excruciator. But all just depends on how it's going in the game. And Realmbreaker ramps up your mana as well as mills them. So even if you don't have Doomsday out, you could use this to get your mana going, and just this card could just win on its own. So everything else in this deck is just removal and just trying to stay in the game until you can get to your Doomsday Excruciator. And that is the game plan. It is just defend the fort, hold it down, and just wait until you get the Doomsday going. Ways you could also get the Doomsday Excruciator are with Insatiable Avarice. So if you need to, this is technically your 4th Doomsday Excruciator if you're in a tight pinch and if you need to draw it. So this is your quote-unquote 4th one. Anyway, let's get right into this list. We got 4 Cut Down, 3 Disfigure, 1 Insatiable Avarice, 4 Bitter Triumph, 3 Nowhere to Run, 3 Outrageous Robbery, 3 Liliana of the Veil, 1 Malicious Eclipse, 1 Bandit's Hall, 1 Realmbreaker the Invasion Tree, 1 Aclazotz Deepest Betrayal, 2 Deadly Cover-Up, 3 Doomsday Excruciator, 4 Virtue of Persistence, and for the lands we got 22 Swamps and 4 copies of Cavern of Souls. Let's get into these games. We get to go first, and I'm going to keep this hand. And of course, it's the perfect deck to run into. Good old aggressive. I think this is an enchantment list, but I could be wrong. That's what I just think of when I see Boros plus the Scamp. Must be a hard choice what to do the -1 damage to. Nice. Alright. What are they thinking about? I guess they're just gonna sit there and just think what to do. Ah, they decided what to do. Good job. I think I'll take this and just virtue it. Next turn. Well, you know what? I might as well just Bitter Triumph. just because I could save the Virtue for another Scamp or the Hardfire Hero, if anything. It's just playing the game. Our opponent can't have no creatures. Gotta call Demon for our friends, the Excruciator. Gonna get this going now, just to make sure we don't get any damage taken. And we have the cut down held up for whatever they put Demonic Ruckus on. So we go to 18 now. And we're just chilling. I mean, we just have removal, and all this does is frustrate our opponent one card at a time. So I'm not really worried. Especially when I could just do this and not take any damage from the Hardfire Hero. So we get rid of their creature, once again, just keeping the board clear. Bring out another creature now. But this is where Aclazotz enters the board. And even if they run over this when I block, I'm not worried because it will come right back eventually. It's the one card I'm not worried about, but they do it like this, so it's going to be a little rough. Okay, we got another land. Go for the big swing. I'm going to be gaining more life than they could dish out. So I'm just going to do it like this. I could have scared him with maybe keeping the mana open, but it's fine. This is the most perfect situation. The Deadly Cover-Up is going to get all the value in the world right now. Get her swing through to draw. You know, I might not even use the... Should I use the Deadly Cover-Up? Might as well. What card would you not want them to draw? Maybe more of those. Go to 19. They get to draw. I have nowhere to run though, held up. And Aclazotz will be back very shortly. Now we are chilling. response, you have nowhere to run. Opponent goes first. His hand is manageable. Ooh, well, looks like my Virtue of Persistence is going to be good against this. They should probably get rid of Bandit's Hall, if I had to guess. That's probably the card. That would be the best. That or Outrageous Robbery, but once again, it depends on what kind of deck they're playing, but they already know. They already know what's going on. It's fine. We are here playing the long game after all. The Unstoppable Slasher has entered the fray. It's gonna double Virtue it. Virtue it once. Okay, so they think they're just doing that to get rid of my Virtue, even though, I mean, that's just opponent's graveyard. Ah, so they still have their graveyard, so this is going to be useful. I can still take their cards if I get to 7. Ooh, alright, I see what you're doing over there. I might Outrageous Robbery them for 3, then their turn. See what you got. Well, I mean, I could use the lands. It was a cool artwork. Get rid of you. See what you have in your hand. Just another swamp. Okay. And the Unstoppable Slasher has been drawn. Okay. So what if I just take your cards instead? I'm gonna set it up so I could take their Bloodletter and just kill them with their own combo. They're doing it this way. Goes to their side, of course. That happened. Cards. You don't even need the demon to mill him out, and we can just do this. We get to go first. I'm going to keep this. We pretty much got everything. The Realmbreaker plus Doomsday Excruciator, and now we just got to get there. And what's nice is this could also just ramp you up, especially if they are playing swamps. It could be very good. And now since they're playing Azurius Control, It's going to be a little rough, but they don't have Normalize, but they could have a Negate. That is not Negate. Is Negate still in? I think Negate's still in Standard, yeah. Just don't seed anymore. I feel like this resolving is going to be a win con of its own in case they do stop Excruciator. Because at least I can't think of any Azurius artifact removal card off the top of my head. I'm just going to do this now. Got a lot of options here. Take this one. Really? Guess Realmbreaker is too powerful. We get to go first. This hand is really nice. The one copy of Bandit's Hall in here is really nice too because this is technically draw power as well as just an extra mana. So you can't go wrong. Reckoner, Bankbuster at home. Very fancy. Artwork on this 10 out of 10. I think that's supposed to be a Hellraiser reference, I think. So all these cards are based on different movie tropes and whatnot, so I remember watching a video on YouTube about it. It was like at least like 18, not 18, but there was a whole bunch. There's like so many to count. There's definitely over a dozen different references. So now we got Bandit all online. Yikes. I'm gonna have to take this one. I'm gonna Outrageous Robbery. I need to try to get some lands. I'm gonna borrow of our opponent's lands. Hopefully they don't mind. Thank you. I'm gonna do it this way because I'm gonna Malicious Eclipse next turn. Where's the right move to do it this way? You know what? I think I want to try to get the draw off on Bandit's Hall instead. I think that's more important. No matter how I look at it, I think I lost this one. Like, so close to scooping. Yeah, I lost this. We get to go first this time around. Double ley line. Isn't that great? At least if they bring out their creature, I can just get rid of it right off the bat. It's gonna be nice. So now they need to recommit their mana to bring out a creature before they can take advantage of Leyline. It's fine, because I am just setting up all the removal for them right now. You can play this game. Doesn't matter to me. Do this all day. Now this is why I Realmbreaker, because I have the 3 mana still to use Nowhere to Run and cut down. So now this is where the fun begins. Sure, we didn't mill the land, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna slowly get rid of their deck. 3 cards at a time. I can do it for 6 right now just to be silly. Yeah, I do. Now I'm playing the aggro deck. It's gonna bring out a bunch of creatures. Just threaten them with all this. You know what? I think that's good for now. I'm in no rush. Now it begins. Let's attempt to do this first. Let's attempt to do that again. Let's attempt to do that again. Go into damage. I'll do it. Get rid of that. Oh, I forgot to do the Realmbreaker. Whoops. It's okay. Can't attack with neither of them yet, so. I'll pass. Keeping up all the removal. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Tell me what you think of the deck. If you have any changes you think I should make, let me know in the comments section below. Please like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're new here, just know I have new videos coming out every day. And on that note, take care everyone.